The initial setup for this lab will require 3 test tubes. One of those test tubes will be with hydrochloric acid and zinc. One of the test tubes will be with hydrogen peroxide by itself. And then the last one will be with copper carbonate. Students will prepare 3 transfer pipette bulbs by cutting them off right at the top, below the bulb itself. The purpose of the cut-off bulb is so that when we have the rubber stopper on top of the test tube, the bulb itself fits in over the top like so. This is what we're going to be using to collect our different gases. The first reaction between zinc and hydrochloric acid will be started by adding a small amount of zinc to the test tube first, and then adding 3 molar hydrochloric acid. Once this reaction begins, we will get gas formation started quickly. After the reaction is started, you want to cap it with a rubber stopper, like so. Now, what is happening is all the gas is going out of the small transfer pipette that's been pushed inside. We want to collect that gas. To collect the gas, we're going to use the transfer pipette that we cut the end off of, and we're going to use a beaker of water, and then we're going to put the transfer pipette in there, and we want to fill this completely with water. So the first time I did this, it didn't completely fill, so we'll squeeze it like so to get rid of any air, and then go back into the beaker for more water. When you have the transfer pipette completely filled, go ahead and place it over the top of the rubber stopper like so. And what will happen here is, as the zinc and hydrochloric acid react, they're going to push the water out of the transfer pipette, and we will eventually get that filled with the gas that is formed. And you can see there the gases quickly fill in the transfer pipette. With the bulb filled with gas, we're going to carefully take the bulb off of the rubber stopper here in the transfer pipette, and we're going to come over here to our Bunsen burner and get fairly close to it and squeeze the bulb. Now, if you've transferred one of the gases to it, you should see some reaction from the Bunsen burner flame. If you don't see anything happen, just go ahead, refill the bulb with water, and put it back over our initial setup and collect more gases. We're going to repeat this process for the other 2 test tubes. Now, the second test tube, what it contains in it is hydrogen peroxide and manganese dioxide. That's a fairly straight setup. The last setup with the copper carbonate will be a class setup. We're not going to have each station do it, but you will have to test it at least once, see what the gas does when pushed into the Bunsen burner flame. After you've initially tested each of the gases by themselves, then you'll start taking different ratios of 2 of the 3 gases. And in doing so, what you're going to look for is on the transfer pipette, roughly, maybe 1/3 of one, 2/3 of the other, half and half, 2/3 one, 1/3 of the other, and you're going to check to see which ratios give you the largest explosions. And we're going to have to figure out the gases that are being produced in each case. If you have any questions, please ask. Happy to help. Thanks.